conditions and about to start the first ever Visit Qatar GKA Freestyle World Cup here at Fuwairit Kite Beach.
I'm Josie Ashton, and sitting with me here in the booth I have Liam Dredd. Liam, good morning.
It's great to be back for the 2023 season. Really excited. We're out here in Qatar. What a spot to be, and yeah, conditions are hopefully now good enough, and really excited to get this party up and going.
Yeah, we certainly are. We have the best of the best riders down here. This is a very nice freestyle location. We are starting the season off here in Qatar, and I tell you what, we're going to be finishing the season here in Qatar as well. Obviously thanks to our title sponsor and airline partner, Qatar Airways. This is the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour, and I tell you what, we have some big surprises for you guys as we are going to be going right into the action. But before we do so, let's have a look at the year that we have upcoming here for the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour.
Going for a little dangle pass or something, but that was his first trick attempt. These riders have 7 trick attempts during their heat.
And here we can see these are the riders that are going to be going out on the water. We have Rashid Al-Falassi. We also have Pedro Cremades, Luca Pitor, which is really nice to see him back, and Carlos Mario Bebe coming out of Brazil.
Yeah, look at that. Great lineup. What a heat to get up and running. And you said there, Joe, Luca Pitor didn't compete last year. Last saw him, I believe, in 2021. So exciting times. I think it was at the start of the year. So pretty sure he's got a point to prove now. He's going to want to start the year off strongly here in Qatar.
He certainly is, and it looks like I can already see we have action out on the water. So let's start to see what the guys are doing, because now it is the turn of Pedro Cremades. Pedro comes from France. He's one of the big air riders, and it looks like unfortunately he has not made his move. So let's go out onto the water.
Next up, we got Luca Pitor.
All right, so here we have Pitor. Here we have Luca coming in strong. Let's see what this man has. One of the things I love about Luca are his toe side moves. So here we have him. Looks like he's getting some power. I can see he's out on his 11-meter. Go in front blind move. Nice and inverted. Very good move there from Luca Pitor. And let's have a little look at the score. Just waiting for those numbers to come in. As we can see, Rashid, the 0.40. On that first jump of his. And then Luca Pitor jumping second. No, excuse me, we saw Peyo jumping second. Luca will be jumping third. We just saw that very nice front blind move. And here we have Carlos Mario will be jumping next.
Yeah, Carlos Mario, big name in the freestyle world. So let's see what he can do for us. Really nice maneuver there from Luca Pitor. Great style, Joe. He's got great style. I remember watching him train over the last couple of days when there was a little bit of wind, and I just thought, yeah, nice little sort of steezy moves he's got. And on your screen now, Peo had a little bit of a crash on his last one. I saw him trying to relaunch that kite, just come into the beach.
And here we have him, that man there with the green and black kite. That is Carlos Mario Bebe, who is going to be jumping next. Let's see, multiple-time world champion. I tell you what, this guy has so much style. I'm really looking forward to see how his season opener move is going to be. Each rider, they have 30 seconds to be able to do so. And there we can see a little bit far in the distance. That was a front blind move there from Carlos Mario, meaning that coming up next will be Pedro Cremades, who is out on the grey and red kite. And there we can see the replay of that one. Cool and collected, small, kind of getting the average scores out there at the moment.
Yeah, just dialing down those tricks that he knows he can land, just getting into the groove, understanding the conditions here. And we do have sort of quite a southerly sort of offshore wind that's kicking in, so conditions are a little bit gusty, but these are the best freestylers in the world, so they've got to adapt to anything.
Right, next up we got Rashid Al-Falassi coming in on the red and orange kite. Let's see what he's going to show us today. Local boy from the UAE, competing against some of the best riders in the world. Coming in here now on the red and orange kite.
And here we go. You can see there, just all our riders off to the right-hand side of your screen. We will shortly get some better angles for you guys.
With the kite there. And he sticks to the landing. Come on, guys. Local boy is showing us how it's done in front of the world's best kiters.
Cheeky little handle pass, clipping himself back in. And let's just talk a little bit about our location here at Qatar. We are down at the FKB Hotel. You can see they're all fully branded up. and it's this natural lagoon there. It's very tidal, so we do have to pick the right spots and the right times of the day to get competition underway. Unfortunately, yesterday was just the conditions didn't align, but right now it is a local time around 20 past 10 in the morning. So if you're joining us, welcome, because we are underway now with the first heat of the competition, the first event of the year. And boy, oh boy, are we excited to get things up and underway. It's been a while now, a couple of months since our previous event in Brazil, and on your screen now, Carlos Mario. As Joe mentioned previously, one of the top freestylers. His friends there, friends and caddies. And now heading back out.
Before taking off and showing us what he's got today.
Here he is, Peo on your screen, coming in, left foot forward, pops. Just goes for that handle pass there. Nice little replay, fully loads up on the heel edge. That's the manoeuvre that will score all of these riders for the competition. I think there was pretty much one solid day of good 20-knot winds. And it's actually coming from the south, like I mentioned previously. The more dominant and preferred direction actually comes from the northwest, which we are scheduled to see as the week goes on. Great to have some competition underway. 4 male riders that are currently on the water. And here he is on your screen, Luca Bitot. See what he has in the locker. Switches to toe side. Wraps it around with a really beautiful clean landing there. So explosive with his maneuvers. Looked like it was slowing down at the start there, and then bam, flicked round, landed beautifully, and that'll be a nice score for the judges. There he is, the Frenchman, Peo, on your screen.
Hola, hola, hola.
See there, some scores are starting to come in now. And there he is, Carlos Mario on your screen there. Nice little replay shots. Paddle pass, lands the toe side. And we can see that Luca Bitot currently sitting in first position with 11.33. Carlos Mario in second, but that score is still to drop. So it looks like he will still position himself in second place. Peo in third, Rashid in fourth. And here he is on your screen, Rashid coming out of the UAE. You see they're just making his way down into the competition area. Starting to pump up, there you go, starting to load the power onto the heels now. Goes up, just a little pop, a little bit of air time there. Lands switch around to his toe side. See they're just hanging up with the birdies a little bit. But I don't think that will see him advance from fourth position just yet. And now we have that other score that's just dropped for Carlos Mario. So 8.13 for Carlos Mario, Luca Bitot still in first position with that 11.33.
Out there, Liam, as you can see, the guys are out on 12-meter kites. So just went to had a little look at the beach. It looks like they're also pumping up some 13s. Forecast today was for it to be light, but I mean, the athletes making the best out of what they have out there on the water. But Luca Bitot at the moment in a very commanding lead. And let's not forget, there's a new format out there now. Because what is new for this season is we have added a variety reward, variety points. So basically, the athletes, they have to hit certain families to be able to get variety and extra points. And this, what that happens is if they hit 3 of the hillside families and then 1 of the other families, they can get 7 points. Basically, on variety, you can get 1 point, 3 points, 4 points, or 7 points. So really looking forward to see what the guys are going to bring. This is the way to be able to push new moves to the table.
Yes, it certainly is. And one of the things I'm actually looking forward to seeing, Joe, is one of those families is the combo family. So give me your thoughts on the sort of the combos, if you see any of those.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we saw a lot of that in Brazil, the likes of Tom Bridge really mixing it up. Back in the day, Yuri Zoom was one of the guys who started to do them. I'm a fan. I think it takes a lot of technique for them to be able to do a good first move, land it, then right into another move. And we've even seen sometimes 3 moves. We just saw a video drop from Tom Bridge where he's actually doing combos on transitions, does one way, kind of like using it in a cable park and then off the kicker again. I mean, in the end, it's all about bringing new moves to the table. We don't want to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. And obviously, you know, riders are going to be pulling that off if they can see that they get the reward. And here we can see Luca Pitot at the moment. Small moves out there. You can see the kite is quite high, backside 313. Calm, cool, and collected at the moment. Guys are really playing it safe, but it is light out there.
Yeah, definitely light. And I can see, as you mentioned, kites are being pumped up. Bigger sizes may come into play. But challenging conditions, they're getting used to it. You can see there the riders just on the right-hand side of the competition area, making their way in. And there's still plenty of action to follow from this heat. Look at the top there with that move, that score to drop. Still, you can see there, still in first position. And here he is on your screen, Carlos Mario. Let's see what he has in store for us right now. Nice maneuver there. Let's get that one on a replay.
Ah, beautiful double Hinterberger 5 there from Carlos Mario. Really getting a little bit of travel on that one, and one of the things we do know about Carlos Mario, he loves his 12-meter kite, and he uses that 12-meter a lot over there in Kauipi. He comes from that famous lagoon in Brazil, one of the best freestyle spots on the world, and now coming here to the Middle East for the very first time in our new home here at the Fuwairit Kite Beach Resort. It is great to be here and can't wait to see the action out there on the water. And here we can see Al-Fasai getting ready to make his way in. Rashid Al-Fasai coming out of the UAE. And it is very cool to have all the different Arabic countries over here as well starting to get involved in the water sports, because they are really pushing a lot of the water sports, different things happening over here.
Yeah, they've got some real hidden gems out in these spots, and this being one of them, and these guys as well. You know, they've got good, solid wins around this neck of the woods, and they're making use of it. And it's great, like you said, Joe, to see them getting involved in some of the competition here and putting their name on the map.
No, it really is. And there we can see that was the last move from him. So coming up next, we are having a look at that man there. Peyo is just about to get ready for his next move.
So just waiting for the other riders just to get out of his way a little bit. And here we go. Dives the kite. Left foot forward. Coming in towards competition area. In towards the judges' tower. You can see there just moving the bar. Working the kite. There's the pop. Loads himself up on his heel edge, but doesn't fancy it that time. He's pumping the board. You can see there conditions a little bit challenging. But here we go. Joe, what are we going to see here? He's popped up. He's gone for it. And unfortunately, couldn't grab the bar. Kite goes down and crashes.
Yeah, going for that slim chance there. You can see kite's too hard, not being able to get that bar on. So, yeah, that's not a very good move there from Peyo. Not going to give him any scores as we continue on. It does look like the man of the moment out there so far on this heat number 1 is Luca Pitot. And he is going to be coming up next. We can see him swinging his kite through the air that Nash torch. There he goes, Luca Pitot. Let's get a little closer to him, guys. Here he is. Edging in. Up and over, slim 5, S-mode 5, very nice. You can see with that rotation, we're seeing the replay here now, how he really completes that full front roll rotation all the way over, counter spins it, passes the other way, 540, nice move there for Luca Pitot.
Yeah, he started off this heat quite strongly with the challenging conditions there, and you can see that's exactly why at the moment he is sitting in second place, but that was going to be a nice score that comes through. Carlos Mario on 14.4, Luca Pitot just chasing on a 13.96. So interesting to see what our judges will put that down. And on your screen you can see there now Carlos Mario and the two heat leaders coming in side by side. And now making his way into towards the judges. What will we see from our previous world champion?
All right, Carlos Mario coming at us. Let's see, left foot forward. He's already got some big moves out there on the scorecards. He is currently in second position. Okay, nose grab, slim 5. Really got a nice nose grab there on that one. So mixing it up and the varieties. Let's have a look. There he is, over, grabs the nose, boom, all the way around. Not a lot of height, but obviously judges taking into account the fact that the conditions are low. It is quite light wind out there at the moment, but guys will be able to push it. Forecast is looking pretty promising for Friday and Saturday afternoon, but obviously as there's a lot of rounds to do, as the conditions are suitable out there, the guys are out on the water. One of the things that we're seeing is we can see there's a good amount of tide here. The guys have been able to pull out some moves, and now we're just getting ready to see the next rider coming straight at us.
And there he is, the local guy from the UAE. Only a short distance to this beautiful spot here in Qatar. And what's he got in store? Rashid, give us something special, loads up.
All right, going for a little spin to toe side there. Obviously not quite producing the goods that he wants if he wants to get through these rounds. So that means that is going to be a very low score. Let's not forget we are looking for quality over quantity here, and with this new format we are pushing some innovation and some of the new moves. We are hoping to see a lot of grabs. We've been seeing some of the rewinds. I know a lot of athletes have been putting the training in throughout the last 2 months to be able to kind of adapt themselves and get them to it. This format was pushed by the riders and by us to be able to kind of mix it up, because we don't want the sport to kind of stay in just a spin to win. We really want to be able to see the guys to be able to push it, to innovate, and of course to be rewarded for that innovation. You don't have to do 3 spins to be able to get the win. You can do 1 spin with style, with ease, and with class, and you are going to get the extra points. So here we can see, all right, Peyo out there. Behind him, we can see Carlos Mario. So let's have a look. Peyo commands. Looks like he was going to try and do that slim again. Okay, front roll with a surface pass. I haven't seen those since the eons away. So that is going to be a very low score there for Peyo. He's going to have to up his game if he wants to stay out in this heat.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you can see Peyo there, fully branded up. Kite, wetsuit, the lot is branded up. Trying to get a little view of what exactly that is, but I believe it's same in Neom. We saw him in Neom again. Competed over there last year in one of the last stops of the year before Brazil. And he just loves being out there competing with the others as well, and it'd be interesting to see what else he gets involved in, because he's definitely as well signed up for Colombia, which is our next stop on the tour at the start of March. But it's all systems go here in Qatar to begin.
Yeah, all right, Luca mixing it up, comboing it out. So there we can see Luca is going to be touching one of those families non-stop. Now we are talking, Mr. Pitot. Taking a look at the rule book, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So let's have a look. Okay, front to blind there. So there was a linking of a few of the moves. So that is going to be a combo move out there for Luca Pitot.
Great to see. First combo move that we've seen with the new rules here in Qatar. So judges have got to consider that and reward Luca Pitot there. And on your screen, Carlos Mario coming in. You can see it's pretty shallow out in this lagoon, which is why we do have to be cautious. But we've got the best of the best in the business here. And he is the rider that will be up next. So let's see what he has in store. It'd be great to get a little bit of a view on Carlos Mario there in the beach with the green kite. And you can see on the right-hand side there, just our riders that are out competing at the moment, just making their way back in towards the judges and towards the beach. And look at the top there, coming in on the blue Nash kite there, fully loaded up. I think he might have potentially even come in and swapped up a kite size.
Yeah, Pitot is on third in this heat when it comes to the order of jumping. So, as you said, it does look like he switched it up a little bit. Conditions are, it does look like there's a bit of a cloud out there in front, if I'm not mistaken, Liam. It looks like the wind has dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, no, I do think I agree, actually. Just poking my head around the side there. It's a slight little cloud, maybe that's hindered the wind slightly. But Carlos Mario out there catching the back of that trick. Let's try and get that for a replay from the start so we can see just exactly what he did.
There you can see Carlos Mario backside 3-1-5, landing nice and clean there for him. Good move from Carlos Mario. He is currently in second position, and I reckon after that move he might be moving up to first. Let's not forget, so freestyle, you have 7 trick attempts each rider. The top 4 moves are the one that counts, so they have 4 scores, but then there's this new variety score. So how the variety score works is basically each athlete, there are 5 different families. You have the hillside family, toe-side family, the rewinds, the combos, and the kite loops. So there's all these different families. If the athletes touch 4 of these different families, it means they will get the 7 maximum variety points. If they don't, they go down from there. You can have either 1 variety point, 4 variety points, or 7 variety points. So yeah, interesting. That score comes in afterwards. That happens on score number as soon as the heat is finished. So what that happens is, even though at the end of the heat, if someone is winning, if they haven't been a variety rider, it means they could lose. So it mixes it up, and it pushes the riders to innovate and not just to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's great to see, and hopefully we'll be seeing some new moves as well from riders that we know sort of exactly what they're going to do. But now on your screen, Rashid Al-Falassi from the UAE, a little bit of power there, goes to Unhook, just goes for that handle pass, but doesn't quite get the rotation, doesn't quite commit to it, and you can see there, crashes the kite, and that just shows you there how the lagoon is, and a lovely little flat lagoon we have. And just easily there manages to get his kite back up into the sky.
And there we can see the competition area there as the riders are over on the right-hand side, starting to get the kites pumped up and ready. You can see the competition area there front and center. And here we can see Bello. As let's see how this young man is doing. At the moment, he is trailing in last in this heat. But still, there is time out there as he comes in. All right, let's not forget they have 7 trick attempts. This is going to be trick attempt number 5 for him. As he comes towards us. Here he goes. All right. Up and over. Going for the back strap. Getting it around at the end there. Nice move there from Peyo. There you can see over. Held that one together nicely, Liam.
Yeah, he did. You could see he was a bit stoked there to land that one. He nearly caught an edge there and went down, but managed to stomp it. Was clearly very pleased, and that'll be a score that he definitely wanted.
It certainly is. All right, so here we have the main man at the moment in this heat. That is Luca Pitot, who's going to be jumping next out there on the black and blue Nash. So Luca Pitot, there we can see a 20.43. So Carlos Mario overtook him after that last move. This is going to be his 5th trick attempt. Let's have a look and see what the young man from Mauritius has for us. All right. Going in. Oh, I know what he was going to be trying there. So goes into a back roll. Oh, into a chromo 5. Very nice. Luca Pitot. Let's see the full replay of that one as it was a combo. All right, here we go. Up and over. He was going to try the double roll there. He looked like it. And there goes into a chromo 5. So that's a toe side front roll with a backside 3 on it. So a very nice move there from Luca Pitot. As we continue on, let's see what that is going to score, because that is going to be a combo maneuver.
Yeah, second combo we've seen from Luca Pitot there. And Joe, just as you mentioned there, he went for the double roll, but being able to then adjust mid-trick to then just say, actually, no, I don't want to do the double. I'm going to land and then hit the chromo after. It just shows you that these riders, you know, they're able to adapt to the conditions even mid-trick.
Yeah, they really, you know, in the end, they have these things so dialed. And one of the things, you know, Luca is great to see him back on tour. He is one of my favorite toe side maneuver athletes. You know, there was also probably one who was here quite a while ago was David Tony Juan, who now is in Ozone. He had that toe side style, really able to hitting those moves with ease. And now we can just see Carlos Mario out there on the water, also just tricking it out a little bit further away. So hopefully we'll be able to get a replay of that last move because he is currently in first.
Yeah, just saw that one at the corner of my eye. Looked like a big one. So hopefully we can see that back. But scores will be dropping. And you can see there, you have your beach. That's where riders are launching and landing their kites. And it's a midweek here over in Qatar. We should see the crowds start to appear as we get a little bit later on towards the day and especially towards the back end of the week.
Javi, ¿me oyes? Javi, ¿me oyes? Javi, ¿me oyes?
Hola. Vale, a mí que me están volviendo loco allí. No sé ni cuál viene ni cuál va. Me lo están diciendo ahora. Cuando están diciendo que están fallando, ¿a qué te refieres? Que están muy cerca y quiero que hablen más plano. Vale. Vale. Vale.
And welcome back, everybody. So if you're just joining us, day number 1 over here for the Visit Qatar GKA Freestyle-Kite World Cup. We just saw the first heat where you can see Carlos Mario already taking the win. Conditions is looking light out there, Liam, but if I'm not mistaken, I can see guys starting to pump up a little bit of smaller kites. It must be getting windier out there.
Yeah, definitely a challenging heat to start with there for some of our riders. But like you said, it's starting to pick up. We had a little bit of a cloud come over, so which I think did halt the wind. It's a little bit southerly and off sort of shore at the spot at the moment. The prime direction comes from sort of the north. But, you know, they're out there, kites are in the air. We've got competition underway, which is always good.
Yes, they are. And here we can see our riders. So we have Mohamed Al-Masori, Finn Flugel, Karim Mahmoud, and Manuel Suarez. These are going to be guys coming up next. So let's get right out onto the water. As we could just see, we're waiting for them to initiate this next heat.
Okay, there we have it. Some of the riders from the previous heat coming in, landing their kites. Next heat shortly is going to be underway. You can see plenty of kites there out on the water. And an interesting one, some big names up in this heat. Finn Flugel, one of the youngsters on the tour, but really, really talented rider. Really does commit to every trick. He goes for the spins to wins. He has it all in the locker. And a good chance for him to start the year off strongly in Qatar, but it's not going to be easy. There are some big names in the draw. So there we have it. Riders out, getting used to those conditions, and shortly this heat will be underway.
Yeah, you can see the conditions are looking good, like you're saying there, Liam. And there we can see on the right-hand side, that is Suarez. Let's not forget, Manuel Suarez was one of the athletes who was in the world title race. He was actually won 3 of the events, and it all came down to Brazil. But then in that round number 5, where if he had first or second position in that heat, that quarterfinal, he would be crowned world champion. But Gianmaria Coccoluto came and put in the heat of a lifetime, where he got one of the highest scores we have seen in history, a 38.74 out of 40 points. And then also the one that put in the real upset in that heat was Eric Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Kicked Manuel Suarez into third position, meaning that both of them ended his world championship title hopes.
Heat of the year, that one. It was an unbelievable experience to be there watching it. I mean, it was just to and throwing 1 minute. You know, someone was in first, the next, the other, and you really didn't know who was going to take it, who was going to take the world title, and it was a great heat, one that will go down in the history books, and as you said, a huge score there from Gianmaria.
Yeah, it was, and here we can see coming in front and center, Suarez just having a little warm-up run as they are getting ready to go, as we have them out there on the water. So we have Al-Mazuri, Flugel, Mahmoud, and Suarez. That is going to be the order of jumping out there. And here at the moment, just waiting to see for the athletes to get going as we start off this first round of competition, which is the quarterfinals here in Qatar.
Exciting, exciting stuff, Joe. Exciting. And you can see there, Mohammed, just on your screen, just getting a little bit of air, going up, getting used to it. And it is coming up to 10 to 11 in the morning. So as soon as we could start competition this morning over here in Qatar, we were all systems go, and we got fully underway. And we're already now on the second heat of the day.
All right, and there's the buzzer, meaning that it is 4 minutes until we start this next heat coming up, where we have some heavy hitters going out there in the water. Definitely one of the ones I'm looking forward to seeing is Finn Flugel, who was the Rookie of the Year last year. Very talented young German athlete who's been spending a lot of time over there in Brazil. He's going to be out there on the Airways Kite. And then we also have Manuel Suarez, who is out there with his new brand sponsor of F2.
Yeah, great to see Manuel getting that sponsor as well with F2. And you can see he's out there on the white crystal clear kite. And will be wanting to get some revenge from last year's Fanatics, because what an amazing heat it was. And he'll definitely be wanting to start the year off strong here, get as many ranking points as possible, because we have multiple freestyle spots on the tour this year. And I'm just going to run through those with you guys. So we start off here in Qatar. We then move over to Colombia for March, which will be a very exciting stop. We were there last year, and lovely, lovely event. We then head around in the August time to potentially Dunkirk. Then looking at a maybe possibility over in Egypt. And then we go back to the famous Taiba, Brazil, before wrapping things up once again over here in Qatar. So some nice stops there. And we can see there'll also be a little bit of a break after the stop in Colombia, and then we'll get back underway later on in the year. But we will be going here, there, and everywhere. We will be traveling the globe with the crew, with the riders, with everyone, and with yourselves at home. And we have just up above 2 minutes on the clock until this heat number 2 of the day gets underway. And I'm just looking at my screen, as you guys can probably see as well. Manuel Suarez on your left there on the F2 white kite. It's gusty conditions. Because of that offshore, we do have the hotel here as well. So it can hinder the wind a little bit, make it a little bit gusty. You saw there the F2 kite nearly falling out the sky, but once you're up and riding and you're locked and loaded, you're good to go. So that's exactly what our riders are doing now, just making it back upwind, getting in position, because 1.5 minutes now, 90 seconds on the clock. And then we get underway. And we also have a few riders joining us this competition that are coming back from injury. We have Karim Mahmoud in the men's, who had a nasty injury, which our media team covered really well. So if you want to go and have a little check out of that, go and follow us on our Instagrams, have a little look at the videos, because we had a little chat with Karim, who just talked us through his injury and how he found time off the tour, and also what it means to be back on the tour. Great to see him back. And Therese as well, over on the women's division, on the women's side, had a real nasty knee injury, has actually been out of action for quite some time. And I remember on registration day, she was super stoked to see her name on the back of the jersey. And the ladies will be up in action at some point this week. But we start off with the men. And now the final few seconds until this heat will get underway. So put those seatbelts on, grab a drink, enjoy this next heat, because we've got a couple of big names here that will want to put on a show.
I tell you what, they certainly. He's going to be the first man to jump. He is out there on the black and yellow elevate. And here we can see these are the players. Mohamed Al-Mansouri, Finn Flugel, Karim Mahmoud, also known as Chemo, and Manuel Suarez. So let's go straight to the water. Black and yellow elevate kite coming at us out of the UAE, and let's see what move he is going to do.
It's great to see these UAE guys as well involved in the competition, Joe. They've come out with their trainer. So you have Mohamed Al-Mansouri, Rashid Al-Falassi, and Ahmed Al-Kabi, who we'll see in competition. There he is on your screen.
It looked like he was going to try and unhook there, but unfortunately not quite getting it. So there we can see he's going to be going right foot forward. Each rider has 30 seconds to be able to perform their maneuver. Obviously, as conditions are a little bit on the line, depending, it's looking a little gusty out there sometimes. Judges are really going to be, taking that into account. But if they do, kind of mow the lawn a little bit too much or mow the lagoon, they are going to be tricked out, and that is going to be accounted as a crash. All right. So coming up next is going to be Finn Flugel. I can see him all the way out in the back there in the white boy. So Finn Flugel is going to be coming at us. So let's keep cameras on him. He is going to be doing the next maneuver as Al-Mansouri has been tricked out. So Finn Flugel out there on the grey Airush Razor, one of the best freestyle kites on the market. Very, very nice C-shaped kite. The likes of Juan Rodriguez, one of the favorites for this comp and for the general title this year. Also one of the Airush riders. And here we can see Finn Flugel, Rookie of the Year. Let's see what this young man has for us. And coming up after Flugel, we will be seeing Chemo Mut. So let's see what the season opener is going to be for our young rookie. Come on, Finn. Oh, going for a big Hinterberger 5. Nice amount of travel on that. Kite slightly high, but then he did yank it down. Clean takeoff, clean landing, good exit speed, good entry speed. Going to be a good score.
Yeah, nice trick there for Finn just to get dialed down. First trick of the heat for him. So he'll be feeling loosey-goosey out there, Joe. He would have liked to have got that one there, making his way back upwind. And Finn Flugel as well, being one of those riders that's really made use of every little bit of breeze that he's had out here during the training. Because the wind hasn't always been pumping and always been there before the comp. We've got win now, but Finn, being that lighter rider, has managed to get out in even the marginal conditions.
All right, backside 317 there from Chemo. Starting off with a very nice maneuver. That is a Rayleigh with 2 complete spins, passing the bar behind your back. You can see not the biggest extension on the Rayleigh, but still getting the move. Once again, conditions are light, so judges are really, they're going to be lenient to having that kite a little bit higher because that is what they need. So yeah, really good to see. Everybody seems like they're dialing in, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and it looks like they had their coffee this morning.
And here he is on your screen here, Manuel Suarez, finishing second in the rankings last year behind Gianmaria. The Brazilian powerhouse here, just waiting and looking at the board on the beach, just waiting for his name to pop up so he can get underway. And there we have it. Pops up from the beach and gets involved, starting to engage now. Diving the kite, generating some power. What will we see? What will be his first trick of the 2023 season, Joe?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to call front blind mode with a grab. Let's see what he has. All right, there it is. Front blind mode with a double grab. Oh, just took it away from me. Front blind mode, but double grab. So there you can see, gets the tail grab, taps the nose. So making, not completely holding on to that one, but a very nice way to start off there. Manuel Suarez, we know this guy too well.
Well, I mean, that's a great way for you to also start the year. You've called it, and maybe he's listening out there to you. I mean, I can see, look at you. You're so pleased with yourself after that one, aren't you?
It is great to see the guys. I honestly, Manuel Suarez is one of my favorite athletes out there. He put on such a battle last year. And, that heat where it all came down to the line, in the end, Coccoluto completely deserved it. He put one of the biggest freestyle shows we have seen out there. And even Manuel said, he's like, hey, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out like that with a guy absolutely throwing down. But still, a force to be reckoned with, because let's not forget, he won 3 events last year, and it looks like he's on top form at the moment. We have a 5.77 there for Manuel. So now, coming up next, we are going to have Al-Masuri is going to be dropping in, and it looks like he is just about to come towards us.
Yeah, the other thing I love about Manuel, as far as like you mentioned, Joe, is very gracious in defeat. Acknowledges when there's when people have sent it and really thrown it down. So, there's not much else he could have done out there in Brazil. But, he's a proven winner, and very interesting to see where or how the year will play out. And I'm excited. I was explaining previously where we're sort of looking as a freestyle goes this year. We've got plenty of spots on the calendar, so plenty up for grabs.
Absolutely. I mean, let's not forget the top of the best freestyle riders over here for the first time in Qatar, the season opener, and we will be finishing off the season here also. But at the moment, it looks like Al-Masuri, he's having a problem to get inside these 30 seconds. As I reckon, yep, that's it. He's going to be tricked out one more time. So let's go and set the attention on Finn Flugel, who is going to be coming up next. And here we can see Flugel dropping in, as he already has a 4.60 for that first Hinterberg of 5. You can see the judges obviously taking points away for that, probably for that kite position, as we mentioned. But still, medium score. He's right there in the mix. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Visit Qatar GKA Freestyle-Kite World Cup. And what we are looking at is twin-tip freestyle. They have 7 trick attempts. Top 4 moves are the ones that count. And let's not forget, we have that new variety score added this year.
Oh, yeah, very interesting. New variety score will push our riders to deliver some different maneuvers maybe to what they're used to doing, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more from them. And it's just the clues in the name, variety. But here we have Finn Flugel on your screen for his second trick attempt, and loading up. Off he goes.
All right, going for 315. Looked like he was maybe trying to go for the 7, but a little bit off axis there. You can see not really extending that Rayleigh. Wrapping it around, still, once again, another landing move, but I reckon it's going to be in the same ball house as it was before.
Yeah, no, I agree. And coming up next, we have Karim, or as you like to call him, Kimo, just making his way in towards the judges. Just untwisting those lines. Down loops the kite as he goes back with right foot forward. So clearly prefers at the moment the right foot forward and taking off that way. Fully loaded up. You can see powering up. And what has he got in store for us? unfortunately goes down and crashes on that one. So that trick will not count, but still plenty of time. There's 7 trick attempts for these riders out on the water.
Yeah, so that's going to be the first miss there. So Finn, a 3.50. So really good to see the judges going hard on these scores for some of these more mediocre moves. So yeah, now it looks like Manuel Suarez is eyeing up to go for yet another move. But let's have a look. All right, there he is. Up and over, backside, 3-1-7. Calm, cool, and collected. Not a lot of speed, not a lot of travel, but again, at the moment, with the conditions there are at hand, I think getting those landing maneuvers is a good idea. And to be honest, how he pulls that off in such a small height is pretty impressive.
Yeah, very much so. It's all about the pop as well. They're able to generate so much pop in such marginal conditions sometimes. So really showing us why they're the best of the best. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Manuel doing a combo, because that'll be really interesting. He always goes big and powerful, so we'd love to see that twice in one run.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if he can land that, and that new addition of the combo family here really opens it. I think probably the best combo we've seen there was coming from Luca Pito. So really good to see everybody starting to use it. And now we will hopefully be able to see some of the guys out there in action as we continue on. So this is day number 2 over here for the Visit Qatar GKA Freestyle-Kite World Cup.
Yeah, day number 2. And still plenty of days left. Looking at the forecast, we have a little bit of wind today. And then it is potentially going to be a little bit light for tomorrow, which is Thursday. But you never know. Mother Nature could deliver and we could get wind. But then Friday is looking really, really strong. Good solid 20 knots currently on the forecast coming from the northwest. So it will also be a little bit chillier. Out here in Qatar, you may think that it's all sun and really, really hot. But actually it's quite chilly at this time of year, especially for myself. And now on your screen, the youngster, the rookie, Finn Flugel, currently sitting in 2nd position, chasing Manuel Suarez. 8.10 on Finn's scorecard at the moment. Looking quite nicely powered up there, making use of the gusts that come through. You can see there, just waiting for the moment. 2 hands go on the bar. Now it looks like he wants to start to engage. Coming all the way in towards the judges. Flattens off the board, goes downwind. Again, kite just a little bit too high on that maneuver. You could see where the bar was placed. And Joe, just talk us through this replay. And next up we have Chemo. Coming in, Finn Flugel there, score to drop.
All right, so Chemo coming out of Egypt, currently with a 5.47. He missed that second move, and now he's coming up for his 3rd trick attempt. Let's see what he has for us. All right, pulling that bar in, getting some power out of that Vegas. Here he goes. All right, going up, KGB 5. KGB to blind. Nice maneuver there from Chemo. Good amount of height on that one as well. Kite semi-decently positioned. Really like how he stomped and landed, and even getting a little claim at the end. He's happy with that one.
Yep, happy with that one. Happy to have that one on the scoreboard. You can see the previous score for Finn has come in, which has just bumped him up to 1st position, but he is the only one at the moment with 3 scores on the board. So for Karim as well, that score will come in, which it has just done. He remains, though, in 3rd position, but still just with the 2 scores on the board because his previous attempt was a crash. And now we have it on your screen. Manuel Suarez just having a little drink break. That's obviously his caddy there on the beach.
Yeah, and interesting to see from that previous heat, we saw Luca Pito got 7 variety points, and that's because he touched more than 4 different families. So 7 variety points there for Luca Pitor, really showing that he adds in the mix and has the moves and understanding this new format. And as we're standing out there at the moment, we're just waiting to see, because Finn Flugel is in first position with a 12.30, Manuel Suarez with a 12.27. So very close in between those two athletes, as we're just waiting for a score there from Mud with a 11.30. So pretty close in between the top 3 riders out there at the moment, as we are now currently on trick attempt number 4. This will be Manuel Suarez, trick attempt number 3, just coming up right now, as he is the final man to jump.
So trick attempt number 3. Can he get a landed trick to push him into first position?
Hard attack, 5. Nice and smooth throughout the rotation, but there you have a big butt check there on the end, so that is not going to be counted as a very good move.
But still, I do think that might get a few little scores. It won't be as high as what he wants because of that butt check. But, you know, went for it. And, yeah, big butt check will definitely alter the scores. And there we have on your screen Mohamed Al-Mansouri, currently sitting in 4th position with that 0.87. And I remember speaking to Mohamed just on registration day, and the guys from the UAE have come out with their local coach, and they're just really, really excited and pleased to be here, a part of a World Tour event representing their nation, and also learning from the top riders in the world. You can see Unhooked goes for that from my Mobe. Little butt check as well, but really nice maneuver there. Will definitely be feeling good after that one, because a crash on the first and then a 0.87 on his second trick attempt, that will definitely improve on the 0.87. But unfortunately, I do not think that that will push him into 3rd position. Nevertheless, he'll be stoked to have got that one. You can see there, checking over his shoulder, waiting for that score to appear. We do have a very nice big sort of LED scoreboard screen for our riders to have a little look when the score does pop up. So if you see those riders just peeking over their shoulders, they're just looking to see what their scores are. And Finn Flugel there, just missing that one for in the booth there. Didn't manage to have a camera on that, so it'd be good to get a replay on Finn Flugel's last move. Feeling good after that one. Do apologise, sometimes we don't catch the rider on their trick, but we are working on it, and we will be all guns blazing very, very shortly. And you can see there Finn with another score, sitting in 1st position, 16.70. Manuel Suarez on a 15.6, so doesn't need a lot to advance into 1st position. And also, as we do mention quite a few times, this new variety score makes things very, very interesting. And the other interesting thing about it is that it comes in after the heat. So we won't actually know how many of the varieties these guys are ticking. And you can see there, Karim Mahmoud again. Stoked to have landed that one. Little fist bump. Been away from the tour for quite some time now. First event in over a year. And you can just see he's super, super pleased to be back at it, be back out here competing. And Manuel Suarez now on your screen. I imagine he will do a little switcheroo and come back in towards the judges and do his trick left foot forward. And here we have it. Dives the kite. You can see there out the back, it's definitely windier the further out these riders are going. And as they start to come in that little bit closer, it starts to get a little bit gusty. Lands that one nicely. Clean landing. Goes front side and wraps the bar around the back. Multiple rotations. And that should definitely push Manuel Suarez into 1st position. That will be trick number 4. And what an amazing spot we have here over in Qatar. Perfect flat water lagoon. Steady wind. And they really are looking after us out here at the amazing FKB hotel, where all our riders are staying, as well as the crew. We've got everything we need all in one spot. And we now move on to the next rider. So coming in, it is Mohammed Al-Mansouri, just getting a little bit of airtime there. Look to be like a Rayleigh. Just let me if I'm wrong. Let's get a little replay. Yeah, it just goes for the little pop Rayleigh. But it's a little landed trick. It will score, but it won't be very high at all. Nevertheless, you saw his previous score of a 2.63. And now on your screens, the youngster, the Grom, the rookie, Finn Flugel. Lands that one. Just look there on his way into that trick. Maybe he was catching a slight edge. You see just there, a little bit too much spray. Didn't quite get the takeoff maybe he was hoping for, but still managed to get that trick down as a score trick. We'll definitely want to improve and have a cleaner takeoff next time, because the judges would have seen that, and that will definitely alter and hinder the score slightly. Coming into your screens next up, we have Karim Mahmood on the left, Manuel Suarez on the right. Karim just turning around on your screen there on the left-hand side. You can see that green duotone kite. That is Karim Mahmood. Doing the majority of his tricks right foot forward. Let's try and get a little bit closer on that rider, please. Manuel Suarez just coming in. After every sort of time, he's just coming in, taking a breather. Karim Mahmood out the back, just missing the start of that trick, but goes down. That's a crash. It'll be good to get a replay of that one, just missing the start of that one. And you can see, just goes for the last minute switch up to land toe sides. But that trick will not count. And as we start to enter the back end of this heat, it's going to look like Karim's still going to sit in that third position, just behind Finn Flugel, because Manuel Suarez now popping up into first position. And he's loading up now. Doesn't quite get the pop he wants. Still lands that trick. I have a feeling maybe he wanted a little bit more. Maybe that was supposed to be a little bit of a combo there. You can see there lands, but just unfortunately doesn't keep his balance to maybe line up the next trick. But it's a trick that will score. Back now to the UAE rider, Mohammed Al-Mansouri. Previous trick was just that little pop Rayleigh. So let's see what this rider has in store for us next. Just waiting for his name to appear on this scoreboard on the screen that's on the beach. I'm sure we'll see him get on the play. For anyone watching at home on the stream, please feel free to ask any questions you want in the chat section. Myself and Joe will do our best to answer any questions that you guys have, whether that's about what kit they're using, what the conditions are like, what it's like out here in Qatar. Please do keep those questions coming through. It'd be a pleasure to answer them and get as much information as we can to you guys at home. Make you feel like you're here with us at the beach. I'm just looking out now. It's looking like our riders are sort of around those bigger kite sizes, the 12s, the 13s, the 14s. That's the sort of size that we're seeing out there at the moment. And Finn Flugel on your screen now gets that better takeoff, nearly misses the bar, just manages to keep his composure there. But I don't think that was a celebration. I think he was quite frustrated there. You can see just those lines there, how high that kite was. He's pulling him off from that trick. I don't think he was very happy with that one. Normally that celebration is sort of a stomp it and fist bump, but there it just looked like that came from a little bit of frustration, a little bit of anger. And let's see what Karim has. He looked like he was going to load up there and do his trick left foot forward, but he's opted out of that one. And that's his 30 seconds are ticking by. He's going to want to get that trick up and running next with 10 seconds on the clock. He has again gone for the old switcheroo. Wants to do a trick left foot forward. Has to do it quickly. Pumping the board. Needs to go ahead now and get this trick dialed down. Pops up. Doesn't get the pop. Just goes for that back rotation. And a little pop as well at the end. But was definitely under pressure time-wise there. Was running out of time. Manuel Suarez on your screen now. Up next, your current heat leader, sitting on a 23.07. Finn Flugel, 16.83. Karim Mahmoud, 15.13. And then Mohamed Al-Mansouri on a 4. But that last trick there, just pushing Karim into second position. So this has really now shaken things up a little bit for a second and third battle. Obviously, first still up for grabs because we have that variety score to come in. But Manuel Suarez looking cool, calm, and collective out there on the water as he goes for, I believe, his fifth trick attempt. Unfortunately there, not being able to keep his hands on the bar. Judges will definitely impact the scoring on that one. Staying in third position. And this is where the battle will start to commence. Karim Mahmoud, Finn Flugel, a little battle for second position here. And this is exactly why we have sort of switched things up a little bit in the freestyle format. You know, when it gets tight like this, these riders will have to think, okay, I need to hit that family now. I need to do the rewind family. I need to do the combo family. I need to do the toe side / blind family. You know, they want to tick all the boxes because we saw Luca Bitot in the last heat managing to get an impressive 7, max 7 points from the variety. So he managed to do all families. And that pushed him just above Carlos Mario, who was leading the majority of the heat. So that just goes to show you it can definitely switch things up, and it leaves everything hanging until the final moments. Nice little tension builder for all of us. But here he is, Finn Flugel on your screen. Last trick, he was not happy with how it happened. So let's see if he can stomp this one. Loads up. Gets good amount of height and pop on that one. But again, just looks to be a little bit frustrated. The body language there is not positive. And you can see again, just towards the end of that trick, kite's a little bit high, hand goes in the sky. Slightly frustrated, but very, very, very talented rider who still has an attempt to go. But on your screen, front and center, Karim Mahmood, 17.96, currently sitting in second position. Just waiting for that name to come and appear on the board, because these riders have 30 seconds per trick attempt. Finn Flugel there scoring a 2.90, which isn't going to appear. You can see now Karim Mahmood's 30 seconds are now underway. What does he have for us? Switches to toe side. Lands again toe side. Doesn't get the rotation he wanted. But it's nice to see a little bit of variety there. Just ticking off one of those families. And now it's up to Manuel Suarez. Let's get a camera on him, please, as he makes his way down in towards the judges. So let's just do a little score update. Who's in first, who's in second, third and fourth? We've got Manuel Suarez in first, and then we've got a tight battle, second and third position. Karim Mahmood in second, third is Finn Flugel, and over in fourth position, Mohamed Al-Mansouri. Those are your current scores on the scoreboard.
And how's it going, Liam? Had to go out and talk to our race director, as it looks like we are going to continue on with the quarterfinals out here on the water. And here we can see Manuel Suarez going for a hard attack 5. Very nice, but at the end of that move, he actually dropped his kite into the water. Nice and smooth, good landing, but then here, as he ended that one off, the kite did hit the water. I wonder if that's going to count. Not seeing a score coming up yet. He is in first position. Second position, we have Kimo Mudmud, so we can see there on the screen, just, cruising and perusing. And where we have the Green Vegas is just about to come towards us, as we're going to swap that camera. And it is going to be Kimo Mudmud is going to be coming out. So there you can see it. Yes, that is going to be a crash for Manuel after that move, because he didn't control the kite after it. And here we continue on, just waiting for the next rider to be going out on the water. And let's see if they can do it, because I tell you what, it does look like wind is dropping off a bit.
Wind is dropping off a little bit. Be unfortunate if we didn't manage to pull through, but hopefully we do see more competition. We've got our riders out on the water at the moment. Scores are on the board, and all riders there just making their way back upwind. You can see there Finn Flugel on that air rush kite to your right-hand side, and then the two riders, Manuel Suarez and Karim Mahmood, on the left-hand side there. So just picking and choosing their positions where they want to start their run from, as we come into the final sort of part of this heat. This heat's been going on for a little bit of time now, so we will start to see the last and final tricks from these riders. And you can see Finn Flugel there on your screen, just coming in, and it looks like he's landing his kite. Maybe he's going up a size. He was kind of just seeing that out the corner of my eye. It looked to be an 11 there that Finn Flugel was on. Obviously doesn't need a 14 when some riders are on 14s, because he's a little bit lighter, he's a little bit smaller, so he can afford to go on a slightly smaller kite. But maybe, just maybe, he is switching it up, because we saw a few of his last tricks, although he did land them, he was very frustrated. But there we have it. The buzzer has gone. That is the end of the heat. So that will be why Finn Flugel has come in. And now we just have to wait for those variety scores to drop. And then we'll be able to give you the all-important news of who was first, second, third, and fourth in that heat. But for now, here's a few replays on your screen. just while you're watching these replays, I'm going to have a little cheeky peek, a cheeky look, and see who's up next in the next heat. So just bear with me while I check. Oh, it's a juicy one, Joe. It's a juicy one. Juan Rodriguez, Valentin Rodriguez, Rashid Al-Mansouri, and Ahmed Al-Kabi. So there you have it. Those are your 4 riders in round 5, heat number 3.
Yeah, and just enjoying some of the beautiful slow-mo replays here. Beauty of a KGB to blind there from Chemo. And here we can see Manuel Suarez going for those heart attacks. The first one not quite landed it, then being able to land it afterwards as they continue on. Day number 1 here for the Visit Qatar GKA Freestyle-Kite World Cup. If you are just joining us, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are tuning in. The idea is to get through the quarterfinals today and to hold back on the semifinals. We will get official confirmation on that very shortly. But we are currently in the quarterfinal. Number 3 is just coming up in a little bit over 2 minutes. But while we're waiting, we're just enjoying some of the highlights of that previous heat where we are waiting for scores to drop, as it was very close in between those 2 athletes. Manuel Suarez was the man who was in the lead after all of the tricks, but as you said, Liam, that variety score, still waiting for that one to come in and see how it is. But it does look like, yes, all right, Manuel Suarez taking the win in that heat. In second position, Kimo Mahmoud. So those are going to be the 2 athletes making their way through. So Manuel Suarez, Kimo Mahmoud through to the next round into the semifinals. All right, so here we can see, just enjoying some of the more of the highlights here of those last moves. Finn Flugel popping it up into the sky. But while we're waiting for the next heat to come towards us, we're going to take a short commercial break.
Welcome everybody to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour.
Inside the water, like everybody wanna win. It's gonna be a good show.
We now have like the best showcase.
I'm here to win. For me, freestyle is everything in my life.
Pressure is privilege, brings out the best in us.
The level can fully be shown when the conditions are perfect.
showed. Let's get it.
Who are going to be our new world champions? Welcome everybody to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite.
I'm here to win.
Welcome everybody to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour.
Inside the water, like everybody wanna win. It's gonna be a good show.
We now have like the best showcase.
I'm here to
Quarterfinal number 3 out there on the water. Let's not forget, coming up next, we also have a big heat coming our way, as we're going to have Pedro Alexander, Fuwairit, Posito Martinez, and the current world champion Gianmaria Coccoluto. That is the final quarterfinal. See two guys. Valentin Garat, he has been in Brazil. That guy is throwing down. Pedrinho Alexander, this is a youngster coming out of Kumbuco. He is the son of Cassia, and really looking forward to see how the young Brazilians are, because they always throw some action into the mix. And then, of course, Coccoluto, our current world champion, who actually blew everything into oblivion at the final event of the season back there in Taiba. Let's see how that downtime has been. Let's see what his opener is. I'm going to say he normally opens with a front blind mope. Is it going to be bigger? Is it going to be bigger? And is he going to score bigger than he did in Brazil? I want to see how his off-season has been. But going back,
Spent some time, a little bit more time out in Brazil after the competition in Taiba, and then actually went over to the Dominican Republic. Lovely little lagoon out there as well, so a nice training spot for our freestylers. But they're just going down with the crash. Didn't quite get the pop he wanted. Combo family as well, so definitely wanting to get the maximum 7 points at our. But this heat is underway. Third heat of the day. One more to come, and that one heat is including your current freestyle world champion, Gianmaria Coccoluto. Rashid Al-Mansouri there just going down, having a crash. Again, that one won't count. That's a couple of crashes there for Rashid. The only Qatarian in this competition. And a great, very good rider. Loves his big air. was joined us out in Neom as well, and in Neom we had super strong winds the very first thing in the morning, and then it sort of died off, and they were able to run a little bit of a big air exhibition as well out there, which he loved. But it's also great to see him getting involved in the freestyle. And up next, Valentin Rodriguez, and you can see there on your scores, just taking and snapping up that #1 position at the moment, just ticking off those families. So he's done his homework, he's done his research, because it's all just changed a little bit for 2023. Okay, let's try and get eyes on the riders that are coming in towards the beach. That green duotone kite. Heading out is Rashid. And then the two closer riders, Juan and Valentin.
Yeah, Juan Rodriguez, one of my favorite riders. One of the things I love about Juan is he really is an